it's really good to see you again. Yeah, thank you so much for coming out in the evening. Yeah, my day was kind of crazy today. So what's going on? You said that you feel like you've been experiencing some upper body inflammation. Okay, but you're not sure. Okay. Well, I'm thinking, why don't we do another observational session today? I can just take a look at your body, see what's going on, and then maybe we'll take some measurements. Does that sound good? Yeah, because I have your old measurements, somewhere, somewhere in my email. Yeah, and then I can take some measurements tonight, compare the two, and then we can actually figure out whether you're experiencing inflammation. Yeah, so you said you feel it in the shoulders, across the chest, in the torso. Okay. Yeah, of course. Why don't we take a look for a second, and then we'll do some measuring. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna step around the body real quick, okay? I'm just gonna take a look from the side here. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with some chest measurements, okay? Because I am seeing a little bit what you're talking about. Yeah. Um, we'll do the waist, and then I think I'm also gonna do sort of the circumference of the shoulders, like under the armpit. Yeah. Does that sound good? Okay. Just grab my measuring tape. Just warm it up a little bit. So it's not too cold against your skin. Yeah. Okay. All right. So first, I'm going to just loop this around your chest. Okay. This is the upper chest, right across here. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. And is that flush against your back? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'll have to cross-check it with the notes that I previously had, but I do have a pretty good memory, and I am potentially seeing a little bit of swelling here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to shimmy this down just a little bit. Yeah, this is kind of to the mid-chest. Make sure it's looped around right there on that side. Okay. That's nice. There we go. Okay, that feels flush, yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then I am just gonna shimmy this down just a little bit more to your waist. Okay, let me just make sure. Okay, there we go. Make sure it's okay. Okay. And that's flush against your back? Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, so that measurement, yeah. Yeah, okay, and then I'm just gonna shimmy it back up to the center of your chest again. Just make sure it's flush. Yeah. Okay, it feels nice and flat against your back. Okay, great. Yeah, okay, so my first measurement was correct. And I'm just gonna shimmy this back up to the upper chest here. Just make sure it's looped around. There we go. Okay, yeah, that looks nice and flush. Okay, all right, so let me just get this number one more time just to make sure. Okay. Okay. Just get it down. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to. The number I got there was about there. Just a little closer here. Yeah. Let me just. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm just gonna. Okay, so I think I'm gonna measure the shoulders next. Does that sound good? Yeah. I think I'm gonna do the span of the shoulders and then also loop under here just to get a sense of what kind of shoulder blade inflammation might be happening. Yeah, because that was something I noticed when I stepped around to the back. Yeah, let me take a look. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. This measuring tape again. Okay. Yeah, so I think let's start with your start with your right shoulder here, okay? I'm just going to kind of put this over. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to loop that around the shoulder. Just trying to get it nice and flush there. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to think from the number that I previously had in my head. I think that, yeah, I think that is a little, okay. And is it flush against the back of your shoulder blade? Yeah. Okay. Okay, all right, we can pull it down now. So let's do, grab this on your right shoulder there, okay. Let's loop that around. Yeah, and if you can just open up your arm just a little bit. There we go. So I can just get that under the armpit. There we go. Okay, great. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that looks like it's flush against the shoulder blade, yeah? Okay. Okay. I mean, that number is similar to what I'm seeing on the other side, but I think they are both a little inflamed. And that would line up with what I'm seeing in terms of the shoulder blades. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, so we can take this down now. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm thinking maybe a neck measurement would be good. Yeah, and then we can also get a sense for the traps too, because they are looking a little. Yeah. Just a tad swollen, I would say, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see from this side. It's looking okay. And this side. Okay, so let's do some neck measurements here. You doing okay? Okay, good. Okay, so let me just this up. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to loop it around. Yeah. Loop it around this side. Okay. And is that flush against your neck? Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to choke you, but just want it to be sort of nice. And there we go. Okay. All right. So this is kind of like sort of mid neck, and then let's just move it down a little bit so we can incorporate a bit, just a bit of that like upper trap there, just to get a sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think I am gonna do one more set of chest measurements. Does that sound okay? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the upper chest, mid chest, and the waist just one more time, just to triple check what it is that I'm seeing. And then once I do that, I think I'm gonna cross check this with the previous measurements that I had. Okay, and then I'll send you an email with my report. Okay, doing okay? Okay, great. Yeah, so let's just do this around the chest one more time. Okay, I'm just gonna loop it around this way. There we go. I'm just gonna loop it around this way. There we go. Keep it nice and snug. Let's just make sure it's nice and flush against the back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the same numbers before. That confirms that. Okay. Let's just shimmy this down a little bit to the middle of the chest. Okay. Okay, let's just make sure it's okay. That's good. That feels nice and flat against your back. Okay. Okay. Let's shimmy this down to the waist. There we go. There we go. Okay. Make sure it's nice and flush. Yeah, it's nice and flush against the back of your waist. Okay. Let's get that number. Yeah, so I mean that confirms what I was looking at earlier. Okay. Let's just shimmy that back up to the middle of the chest again. There we go. Make sure that's nice and flush. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. And then shimmy that up to the upper chest. There we go. Feels nice and flush. Okay. 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 All right. Well, I'm seeing some inflammation, not a ton. It's not like super concerning. But I'm glad that you brought it up. I'm glad that we're addressing it, and I'll get an actual number comparison to you later tonight, okay? Yeah. Okay, so we can drop this now. Okay. So let me just get a look here. Okay, what I was noticing. All right, so I'm just making a lot of mental notes here, things to include along with the actual measurements I just took, okay? Let me just get at this real quick. Yeah, okay. And then, yeah, okay. And there, okay. Okay. All right, well, it was really good seeing you. Yeah, and I will send you this email later tonight, okay? Yeah. It'll have some numbers in it in terms of the measurements. I'll compare them with the last set of measurements that we did. And then I'll also give you my input on what I think might be going on with some of the inflammation. Yeah, I'm gonna keep thinking about it for just a little bit longer. And then we can address what a good next session might be, okay? Okay. Yeah. Well, it's really good seeing you. Yeah, thank you for coming in the evening time again. Okay. Yeah, and I'll email you later on, okay? Yeah. Yeah, it was great seeing you. I'll talk to you soon.